Hey guys, welcome back to NBA Hub. Today we'll talk about how the Bucks got swept in the 2020 NBA playoffs. Let's head into it. The Milwaukee Bucks of fall and winter were a thing of basketball beauty. Giannis Antetokounmpo was once again building his MVP resume, while Khris Middleton was continuing to establish himself as one of the NBA's most versatile scorers, reliable from anywhere on the floor. Watching a fast break conducted by Antetokounmpo was one of the best 8 seconds in basketball. The offense flowed around Antetokounmpo's talent, finding the right guy for the right shot at the right moment. The defense was its own brand of choreography, the way the Bucks moved as a unit with the singular goal of cordoning off the lane. They won 53 of their 65 games, and had the best point differential in the league by an incredible margin. There's evidence that muscle memory starts to fade in approximately 10 weeks, and is lost entirely in 20 weeks. That's the precise amount of time between the Bucks' final game before the season's suspension and their first seeding game in the bubble. Other than a quick flash here and there since the restart, there have been few remnants of the body of work they produced before COVID-19 hit the NBA. They look like a pretty good 48-win team that takes care of its business against the dregs of the league, but struggles to find shots against competent defenses. Antetokounmpo is like an object that must remain in motion to be lethal. This soundness has been too stationary too often. The Bucks and Antetokounmpo thrive in the open floor, but time and time again in the series, the Bucks have put on the brakes. Miami's transition defense has been strong, but since one have Antetokounmpo or the Bucks care that 3 diligent defenders are defending or backpedaling the 65 feet between them and the basket. If a couple of defenders got back and a teammate was pushing the ball, he would drag a poor, unsuspecting defender into the post for an early seal. But for the past 3 games, the hesitation has been stymieing the offense, both on the break and in the half court. If Antetokounmpo is considerably less than 100% after turning his right ankle in Game 3, this problem could be even more challenging, if not unsurmountable. Giannis Antetokounmpo, left center, and Khris Middleton, right center, will need to find a way to resurrect the Bucks offense if they want to win Game 4 against the Heat. Antetokounmpo's arrival as the league's MVP has coincided with a mastery of the art of drawing defenders and knowing exactly what to do next. At his best, which was almost always this season, Antetokounmpo made the smartest play against the help defense, whether that was a straight line drive, a spinning drive, a pass, or some other athletic invention his body cooked up.
Well, here's a little wall banger. And his name ain't Harvey.
In the postseason, those plays occur with alarming infrequency and less confidence, often with lesser results when they do. Putting Antetokounmpo in motion off the ball and getting him chances closer to the basket with the ball is imperative. There are faint visions of this vintage Bucks or Antetokounmpo offense, a clever set of an inbounds during the frenetic comeback in Game 2 that had him slipping screens twice before driving to the hole off the second. Impulse control has been an issue throughout the series. According to Second Spectrum data, only one player attempted more 3-pointers off the dribble and hit them with a lower rate this season, with Spencer Dinwiddie. Yet Antetokounmpo has taken 9 such shots during the series and made 2. Antetokounmpo has progressed as a perimeter shooter, but the instant he rises beyond the arc for a shot off the dribble, he ceases to be the most dominant basketball player in the world and instead becomes an Andrew Wiggins. Overall, he's only 3 for 19 on jump shots in the series. The Bucks' defense has improved, and the Heat haven't gone a particularly high-quality diet of shots. Milwaukee still needs to negotiate how faithfully it sticks to its scheme of falling off the paint, even if the Bucks leave themselves vulnerable to the Heat's arsenal of proficient long-range shooters. They got burned by the likes of Kelly Olynyk in Game 2. And have been the victim of some other performances that far exceed expectations. There's been a lot of consternation about the management of Antetokounmpo's minutes. He has averaged 35.7 minutes per night. He and Jimmy Butler are tied for the series high, but desperate times call for desperate measures, the argument says. Isn't the purpose of load management in the regular season to maximize Antetokounmpo's usage when the games matter most? Antetokounmpo has recorded minus 34 over the 3 games. The problem isn't the last 15 minutes when Antetokounmpo sat when he could have played. It's the 107 minutes the Bucks have been ravaged when he's on the court. The food is so terrible and in such small portions, the old quip goes. Legitimate question marks exist with regard to the rotation and matchups, but the primary problem is not the substitution pattern. It's a lack of aggression and pace irrespective of which 5-man unit is on the court. The Bucks' set of circumstances is unique. They were sniffing 70 wins and running away with the East. Then a historic pandemic hit that abruptly suspended the season. 4 months elapsed, a period longer than the end of the NBA Finals, in the beginning of the preseason, before the regular season resumed. After a bumpy first couple of weeks in the bubble, during which a Bucks team that relies on rhythm and timing can't find much of either, Jacob Blake was shot by police less than an hour from Milwaukee. The event consumed the NBA, but the Bucks in particular. They initiated a 3-day boycott of the postseason that rippled through the NBA and the sports world. Though the Bucks earned the home court advantage throughout the playoffs, historically an enormous benefit for NBA teams, the Bucks play on the same floor night after night. Given all that occurred, did, as well as what didn't for 4 months, perhaps it's not a surprise Milwaukee looks very little like the elite team that showcased the rare superstar with a supporting cast that enthusiastically supported the superstar with winning plays. Now the Bucks have a chance to earn a reprieve, when they'll have to repeat 3 more times with a superstar who might be limited against a Heat team that doesn't appear anything like an underdog, and undoubtedly doesn't perceive itself that way. If Antetokounmpo isn't at full capacity, the Bucks are the same team. The more dire consideration might be whether they are still the same team, even if he is. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.